Well, you know that when you look at all the pictures of Sacramento, you come to realize that everything is from someplace else looking at the city, these bird's eye views. You hardly ever get to see a picture from Sacramento looking in the other direction. And it leaves a void in the story. It really does. In 1848, with the discovery of gold, a whaling ship captain arrived in San Francisco, and he immediately pressed his little sailing ship into the business of coming to Sacramento, the new city, and getting gold and taking it back to San Francisco. His very first trip, he rows his boat. In his own diary, he rows his boat across the river, and he sets up his easel and he paints a painting, which we have in our collection. And it's that account that all of a sudden makes you understand, gee, what does the other side look like? What's the other side all about? Well, there is another side to the Sacramento River, and it has a long and rich history. Sometimes it's called Bright, sometimes it's called Broderick, sometimes it's called West Sacramento. It has a series of names. Washington is another name. But clearly it's where there is an industry developed that helps support what's going on in Sacramento. The first cannery in the western United States, a salmon processing cannery, is set up on that side of the river. There is a set of weirs that are built on the levee over there, and it becomes the place where all the sailing boats, or, well, actually steamboats, are pulled up and repaired for the river trade. Now, there's another river, and it has the other side too, and that's the American River. We frequently forget what's on the other side. Well, there was a city over there called North Sacramento. It actually incorporated and was a separate city until it folded into the city of Sacramento. And it too had its own life, its own center, its own main street, its own businesses and stores, and was a development project called by the North Sacramento Land Company. It had one great new feature that was added that would greatly impact Sacramento, and that was they built an aircraft factory over there in what was known as the Liberty Iron Works. And they were building airplanes for World War I for the United States Army, JN-4s or Jennies. Because of that factory, we created an Air Force field, or an Army Air Force field, which became known as Mather Field in 1918. They received those planes that were made at that factory. So there is stories on the other side of the river. It's not just all about Sacramento on this side. They all work together.